Now, expectations from South Africans are high ahead of tomorrow's Sona. ENCA reporter Monique Mortlock is inside this year's new venue where the much-anticipated speech will be delivered by President Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Now, the final preparations underway at the iconic City Hall. Let's check in now with Monique to find out how are they doing as they begin to put the final touches. Monique, good afternoon. So what's the state of play there?
Well, Dan, we had to move out of the City Hall because there was a meeting taking place inside the chambers. We are now outside the City Hall on the Grand Parade, where it's just as busy outside as it is inside. When we were there a little earlier, it was a hive of activity as they were putting the final touches on some of the things inside. There are also dozens of police officers just where I'm standing on the Grand Parade, and Cape Townians can expect to see the same tomorrow, not only around the City Hall and on the Grand Parade, but also in other parts of the CBD where there will also be road closures. Now, we know that tomorrow night during Sona, about 298 MPs will be attending the event physically. The rest will be attending virtually on Zoom. And a little earlier when I was speaking to parliamentary spokesperson Moloto Motapo, he was saying that it's been a mammoth task transforming the City Hall essentially into the parliamentary precinct. Inside the City Hall, the actual venue where the stage is, it's been transformed into the chambers, and you have the gallery where some MPs and also special guests will be sitting, like your former speakers and former presidents. But let's just take a listen to Mr. Moloto Motapo telling us a bit more about how the preparations have been going.
Oh, sorry there, Monique, the bite is not ready. Are you able, though, just to give our viewers a high-level summary of what he told you?
Yes, sure. What he was telling us is that what they needed to do in the City Hall, because when the City of Cape Town handed over the City Hall to Parliament, there was a lot of work that Parliament saw needed to be done to get the City Hall ready for Sona, especially ready, broadcast ready, because as you know, South Africans need to see what's happening inside the chambers. They need to be kept up to date with proceedings every step of the way. So they needed to install various screens, large screens inside the chamber and inside other parts of the venue in order for guests, especially those who might be sitting in the gallery, who may not be able to see very clearly what's happening on stage, in order for them to also see what's happening. And more importantly, in order for those MPs who aren't able to attend the event physically, there needed to also be made special technological preparations for that Zoom meeting, so that those MPs who are joining virtually can also take part and will be able to still take part in the proceedings. There's also some special considerations that need to be made should MPs want to make a point of order. We know that in the seating areas there may be microphones placed in the different aisles, or the MPs will have to come on stage and make their point of order. We'll be finding out a bit more about these details a little later when the presiding officers are expected to do a walkabout. We were expecting the president to also join the presiding officers, but from what I've heard, he might not be coming. We'll just confirm that a bit later, but we know that Speaker Nosiviwe Mapisa-Qakula, as well as the chairperson of the National Council of Provinces, Amos Masondo, they will be doing that final check just to see if everything is running smoothly and set for tomorrow night.
Monique, as we conclude, I hope you don't find this next question a little bit odd. As a Cape Townian, I mean, it must be feeling very strange on the ground to see that Parliament and the State of the Nation address is going to be delivered in the Cape Town City Hall. It's a first in decades.
Definitely, and I mean, not only for us as Cape Townians, some of my colleagues in the media industry, we were talking about how different things are, how we also have to get used to certain things. I mean, security has been beefed up, as we know, because of this unprecedented move from Parliament to this outside venue, to the City Hall, and for this reason, various other measures have also been put in place. Like, we had to first go to Parliament to do the COVID-19 screening before even being allowed to enter City Hall. And once you get here, you need to do that COVID-19 screening again. So a lot of extra precautions being taken, not only when it comes to physical safety, but also in terms of those COVID-19 safety regulations. And when you walk around the CBD, it's just a very different atmosphere, although you can hear the SA Navy band practicing there in the background. These are the sounds that we've become accustomed to when it comes to the preparations for Sona, but the sights still very different. Seeing the City Hall instead of Parliament, media being scattered around and being told where they need to be on the Grand Parade instead of being positioned where they usually are, right in front of the Nelson Mandela statue. So yes, as a Cape Townian, very, very different, but it's something to look forward to. It's a historical moment, and from what we've heard from Parliament, they're expecting an incident-free event.
Thank you very much, Monique Mortlock, as usual, for the comprehensive update there outside the Cape Town City Hall, where they're putting the final touches as we speak to host for the first time the State of the Nation address, which will be delivered tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock by the President of the Republic, Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa.